Oh, probably should have fixed the camera first. Hello, welcome to Dungeon Drawers Podcast. I'm your host Justin. So we're reviewing Punisher and Bullseye Deadliest Hits, written by Marc Guggenheim, which this collects it collects 4 issues, but it collects 2 stories. Trial of the Punisher, Part 1 and 2, by... should put them back. Yeah, I don't know if you can read that. Trial of the Punisher, 1 through 2, and Bullseye Perfect Game 1 and 2, written by Marc Guggenheim, Charlie Huston, and Ann Nocenti, and illustrated by Leinil Francis Yu. He did issue 1 of Trial of the Punisher. Mico, Shawn Martinbrough, and David Aja. This also collects material from Daredevil 500, which from 1998. This is rated parental advisory. So it's 16 US, 21 Canadian. Which, that's what the art from the 500, Daredevil 500. There's art from Perfect Game. There's art from issue 1 of Trial of Punisher. Here's art from issue 2. Huge jump in art style, by the way. So, the first story is about how Punisher shows up at a police district to confess to the murder of an assistant district attorney, Alex Shapiro, if I remember correctly. And, he confesses, gets sent to jail, confesses, obviously. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. And, goes to trial. And the entire time this is going on, everybody knows that Frank Castle, Punisher, is up to something. And it turns out, guess what he is? By issue 2, they reveal that he was trying to kill this child molester mafioso who went to ground but couldn't get him, right? So it turns out he set himself up to go to jail because he got a lead from the district attorney that he killed, who turned out to be dirty, of course. That he's going to be there. That the child molester mafioso that he was trying to kill is going to be there on an upcoming Wednesday. So he has his trial prolonged, which didn't bother anybody. Even his lawyer, who's a woman, and knows he's up to something, which I thought was unbelievable. And also, Daredevil has a cameo in the second issue as Matt Murdock, but you also saw some flashbacks with Punisher fighting Daredevil, which was pretty cool. The costume was good. Apparently, Punisher was trying to kill a client of Daredevil, so Daredevil tried to stop him, and that didn't go well. So I thought Trial of the Punisher was okay. Really wish they used the same artist for both issues. Or at least have one or the other. Don't just switch up the artists, right? Because I am a fan of Leinil Francis Yu, but I don't know, man. I kind of thought weird that they switch up artists, and then the fact that they let you know right away that he's up to something, but they don't tell you what he's up to. I don't know. I just thought kind of a pointless story. Was okay. The writing was okay. The art was okay. It wasn't a lot of action except for the flashbacks, which it's flashbacks, so it's really who cares, but it is what it is. The Bullseye story is about how Bullseye is not really the main character of that story. What's going on is somebody, a faceless person, you don't see till the end of the story, is talking to this guy who's a baseball collector, baseball paraphernalia collector, who's telling Daredevil a story about Bullseye, how Bullseye, is a thrill seeker. He's always trying to get that next high, and he's always trying to find difficult, like, hits to pull off. So, like, one day he decides, after talking to his client, he hears about how somebody wants to kill this slob of a baseball pitcher who pissed off the wrong person, I guess. And they reference some famous baseball movie. I have no idea what baseball movie they're referencing. They don't give the name. I'm guessing, if I had to take a wild guess, I'm guessing Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. Was that Kevin Costner? I don't even know, man. I don't watch baseball movies. But yeah, it's the premise was actually pretty cool. It basically, Bullseye sets up a fake identity so he can become a baseball player. So he can go. So he after like a year, he's playing baseball. He gets rid of the competition for his baseball team because it's not enough just to be good. Because he's like middle age or whatever. Obviously, they're not gonna have him they're gonna have the younger people pitch. So like he has to get rid of the competition. Kills a couple people on his team. He sets it up so he can go up against the pitcher he's trying to kill, and ends up changing his mind about killing him because they both played a perfect game against each other, and he kills the client that hired him. I don't know. I thought that story was kind of boring. It drags on a bit too much. The art was okay. There's the art. That's what Bullseye looks like as a baseball player. Which whenever they draw Bullseye, or AKA Lester, whatever, I can't remember his last name. They always draw him ugly, but they draw him pretty handsome here, which I thought was kind of weird. There's his baseball card that he used to kill the client, which I found pretty cool. And I don't even want to bother talking about the Daredevil 500 because they don't give you the full issue. They just show Bullseye and Daredevil fighting for a little bit. Bullseye beats Daredevil, and Daredevil's talking who takes his mask off in front of two strangers, by the way. Let's see if I can find that page. Yeah. There. See, some drunken ex-fighter and this teenage girl who's hiding from her alcoholic parents at a bar. What a place to hide from your alcoholic parents, at a bar. Right? So I don't know. I thought that was okay. They didn't even give you the full issue. I don't know. To me, I wasn't really a fan of this. You're basically getting 4 issues and maybe a half of content in this book, and you're paying depending if you're American or Canadian, you're paying 16 US, 21 Canadian. I didn't think it was worth it. If I had to give this a rating, I would say probably, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, just for, it is it was an interesting story, at least the Bullseye one was. But yeah, man, I'll give them credit. They're not telling your basic superhero story. They kind of fought out of the box for this one, which is cool. But at the same time, I was kind of expecting to see a compilation of Punisher and Bullseye fighting each other, and that didn't happen at all. So I'm a little disappointed, but it is what it is. So at the back, those are just the other Punisher books I have. At the far right, you got Punisher Max, Welcome to the Bio by Victor Gischler, which that was a cool book. And the middle, you got the Punisher, the Complete Collection, Volume 1 by Ennis and Derek Robertson. That was also good. That collects, I think, Born Again, In the Beginning, and Kitchen Irish. So those were I think there's like 18 issues of content there, and then you got like Dark Reign Punisher by Rick Remender, which I thought that was also cool. Yeah, so like I got really not. That's about it. I would probably recommend those books over this one, to be honest. Especially the Garth Ennis book, if you've never read, Garth Ennis Punisher. So, I picked up some books. I was actually supposed to do this during my last review, but I forgot. I picked up some books at the comic book store last weekend because I was asked to pick up some books to review for the channel, and I couldn't find them, so I had to order them in. So I went in to pay the deposit so I can order the books, and I picked up a few books while I was there. Another Power Rangers book, Volume 1, written by the same guy who wrote Power Rangers book that written by the same Power Rangers writer, Ryan Parrott, of the book I reviewed a while ago. Yeah. Though I gotta say, the Power Ranger designs on the costumes are kind of lame. They all pretty much look alike. No visible differences at all from what I can see, other than they have different weapons. So that's a little lame. But apparently Lord Draken is in this book. I don't know if this is the current Power Rangers run that Kevin Street is reviewing, but I thought I picked that up just to see what this Lord Draken guy, to see how cool the Lord Draken guy is, which is apparently, it's like an evil version of Tommy, so I could be wrong of that. So the second book I picked up was DC Wildstorm Dream War, where like DC and Wildstorm are like at war with each other, written by Keith Giffen, art by Lee Garbett. So like you got a lot of the X-Image characters, like Wildcats is in there, like Grifter and Zealot. You got Midnighter there, who I think was always a Wildstorm character. He's basically gay Batman, by the way, that Mark Millar created, who's in a relationship with a gay Superman called Apollo. At some point, I'll read the original 40 run by Mark Millar, but it's like I can never fucking find it, man. I can only ever find like other 40 books written by other people, man. And the last book I picked up was Atlas, Marvel Boy the Uranian. Oh man, I gotta go pretty far back. Okay. Whatever. This should be good. It's like a spin-off of Agents of Atlas. We'll see if it's any good. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys.